Hi everyone, Comic Mike here with another video, and today we're going to look at some first issues from the Bronze Age and Silver Age. The titles of these books come from either Charlton, Gold Key. I got some Comico, Harvey Thriller, and I have a magazine, a comic magazine. Interesting titles. Pretty much most of these are probably titles that probably people have never heard of. But as you've seen other videos that I've done, I like to show some love to books that people don't either don't never heard of or don't care about. So the first one we're going to look at is from Charlton Comics. This one is the Bronze Age. It's called Ivan Tor's Primus, #1 from 1972, ran 7 issues. This is based off of a short-lived TV syndicated series produced by Ivan Tor, who also produced Sea Hunt and Flipper. I heard of this show, but I never actually watched it, so I don't know if the show itself was good. But if it was short-lived, that means it wasn't that well received. I do remember Flipper, that I remember watching. Now, basically, it's a story about an underwater troubleshooter played by the actor Robert Brown. In this issue, Primus deals with a lady being threatened by drug dealers. A script by Joe Gill, art by Joe Staton, who was a mainstay in Charlton Comics. And that one is manufactured with one staple only. I checked on top to see if there was any punctures that maybe somebody pulled the staple, but there was no punctures. And I know in the 40s or in the 50s, let's say during wars, that when they're trying to save on metal, they did do a lot of comics with one staple. Now I don't know if this one was for that reason or if maybe it was just when it was in the process of being assembled, one of the staples didn't go. So that's my view on that. Next, we have a war title from Charlton, a Silver Age. It's called Navy War Heroes from 1964, and this one also ran 7 issues. Cover by Sam Glanzman. It's a decent cover. I mean, Charlton, they did have a lot of cool covers, but they did also have covers that they weren't as good. This one is a lower grade. There's some damage on the spine. But Charlton comics, especially from the 60s, are extremely difficult to find them in high grade due to the low quality paper that they used when they did the printing. Now, this one's first story is Gremlin on Lady X, art by Sam Glanzman. The skipper swears that there is a gremlin on board causing bad luck. Now, a gremlin, I don't know if it's Gizmo from the Gremlins movie, but if it was him, I don't think he's giving bad luck. Next story, Last Gasp, art by Bill Milano. Battleship stops a Japanese carrier bent on traveling to the west coast of America for a suicidal mission. Not bad. Next, we got some Gold Key. This is a title probably no one's heard of. I've never heard of it up until the time that I saw it, and I figured, okay, I'm picking this up. This one is called Hector Heathcote, the Minute and a Half Man. Now, this is 1963 from Terry Toons. It was a cartoon, first appeared in 1959, the Terry Toon cartoon show. Hector started as a scientist who invented a time machine to bring him back to America's War of Independence. He built a boat that George Washington to help cross the Delaware River, and he prepared the horse that Paul Revere rode. He seemed to place himself significantly in historical events. Now, this is like a comedic comic based on a cartoon that didn't last very long. Probably wasn't very popular. Now, this particular character, I'm assuming this is his, because this is a one shot. There's only one issue. This character is probably this is his first appearance, maybe his last appearance, because I couldn't find anything else with this character. In the 60s, Gold Key did do quite a few books where they had a pinup in the back. So this is the pinup. And as for the Minute and a Half Man, I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure no man wants to be known as the Minute and a Half Man. Could have been worse. It could have been the 30-second man. So that's for this book here. Not a book I don't think anybody's going to be running after, but still, it's a cool book to have in my collection. Because I have a lot of Gold Keys of that time where they were all just one-shots. Next. This one is Tower Comics from 1968. This is a Tippy-Tween story. It's called Teen In #1 Summer Issue from 1968. Basically, this is like a hippie, you know, I guess it's like a bit of like Archie rip-off kind of style. You know, you got the music explosion, the cow sills, Beauty and the Beach, Tune In on Teens. Lots of stories. This is a square-bound comic. It does have like bands over here. Could use a pressing. Cool back cover. Lots of Teens Ask Tippy. They're showing you how to make you know, dresses. Basically, from what I read in this book, and it's everything to do with hippie. So if you're into like that hippie style, this might be a comic that you might like. Next, we got Fighting American, and featuring Speed Boy. This is Joe Simon and Jack Kirby's story and art from 1966, Harvey thriller, featuring the origin of Fighting American and Speed Boy. These basically, they're reprints from the 50s. Still, it's still a nice comic to have. Thick, square bound. There is a Canadian version to this, which the only difference would be, instead of it being 25 cents, it's 35 cents. I'm not very familiar with this character. This is the first comic that I own of Fighting American. Still looks like an interesting character. Next, we got a comic book from Comico. This one is called Slaughterman #1 from 1983. Ran only 2 issues. Art, story, and inks by Jerry Giovinco. Now, anybody that's familiar with Comico, I mean, the title Primer is like the one that most people know when you're talking about Comico. Primer, and then Grendel. They did create a lot of different characters, lots of crazy covers and stories. Most of them didn't last. Now, this particular one with 2 issues, This is 1983 with a $1.50 price tag, and it's a black and white interior, so there's not even any color. And at this time, I think in 1983, comics were maybe 60 cents, 60, maybe 75 cents, I'm not sure. So right away, that can tell you, like a comic like this, especially if people never heard of these characters when they were coming out, to pay, you know, $1.50. Probably that's one of the reasons why Comico probably ended up failing. Their prices were always higher than the, let's say, the you know, Marvel, DC, and other companies. And this is also the first comic book that I own from Comico. Next, last one. This one is magazine comic. Never heard of this title before. Strange, but when I saw it, I had to have it. It's called Drool, #1, a humor magazine. Now, the thing about this is that it's Golden Age comic width, but the comic itself is shorter than a regular comic. Basically it's a magazine, humor. Now this one is from 1972, published by Coe and Sons. It's an anthology of underground humor comic stories, and reading through this, a lot of it is like considered today would be politically incorrect. You got stories like Nixon's trip to Harlem. Like just looking at the way they draw, they were drawing these magazines at the time. Today this would not pass. It's more adult story content, so this is not like a comic that you would, or a magazine that you would show to a kid. Still, it's something different. The cover is weird. So, I mean, something like this I like to collect. And mom and dad seal of approval right there. So you gotta buy that one. I didn't pay a lot for this, and it's in a really nice shape. I probably paid maybe 12 bucks. For $12, having something that's just different, I'm okay with that. So that's the books that I have for today. I'm gonna have another few videos over the next couple of days, because right now, like, I'm really busy at work. So like I'm doing more of my videos more like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sundays. But I have a few more, and probably Sunday I'm gonna do the drawing of my 250 subscriber giveaway. So if you want to enter that contest, you have to go to a video that I did about 6 or 7 days ago. It's called Superman Action Comics, info on the 250 giveaway. Just have to do is just leave a comment. It doesn't matter what it is, just leave a comment, and you're entered into the drawing. So that's it for me for this video. If you liked my content, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you want, and I will answer you back as quick as I can. Have a great day.